guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I did get a new tapestry. Obviously, we have sea salt popsicles, wayfinders, and powder fruit and sparkles on it. It's freaking cute. I love it so much. I think it really suits me. So yeah, we got a little bit of a new background going. So today I'm going to be addressing something that I get asked very, very frequently. Probably the most commonly asked question that I get whenever I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts. And that is, what is my favorite Kingdom Hearts game? So this is a question that for me is not very black and white at all, because I love pretty much every Kingdom Hearts game. I think Recoded is probably my least favorite. And I love the entire Kingdom Hearts story in general. So it's really hard for me to pick a favorite, but I'm going to discuss what I like about each one and try to go in order of what I like the most, but it's going to be really hard for me. So I'm going to try my very best, and I hope that you guys enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and say that Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are almost tied for me. I actually can't really pick a favorite because I love them in different ways. Kingdom Hearts 1 is the most nostalgic for me, and I also think that I'm more emotionally invested into Kingdom Hearts 1 because of how I got into it, I guess, and just it being my entire childhood. Kingdom Hearts 1 was the first thing in my life to make me feel something more than just your average childhood emotions. And I think for me, it was really a turning point. So Kingdom Hearts 1 just has a very special place in my heart. I always feel like I am able to relate to Sora, and I always wanted to kind of live my life like Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1. I mean, also Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's just a more simple plot. Something that's so beautiful about Kingdom Hearts 1, and don't get me wrong, I love the complexity of the series Kingdom Hearts, but what's so beautiful about Kingdom Hearts 1 is it could be a standalone game. There could be no other Kingdom Hearts game out there, and Kingdom Hearts 1 would still be an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. So I think that makes it very, very special. It's just a simple story about friendship and following your heart and loving and defeating darkness. It's so beautiful, but yet so simple at the same time. And I think that I probably would put Kingdom Hearts 1 as my favorite, but I don't, because a lot of it is driven a little bit by nostalgia, I think. So moving on, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Kingdom Hearts 2 and why that is my second favorite, or maybe even tied. It's really hard, like I said. But Kingdom Hearts 2 is amazing because the gameplay is just perfect. I have yet to play a game with gameplay as perfect as Kingdom Hearts 2. A lot of people joke around saying, oh yeah, press triangle to win. But Kingdom Hearts 2 is so much more than just triangle, especially when you're playing critical mode or critical level 1. The boss fights are actually so amazing and complex and just so much fun to learn when you actually have a challenge presented. And the gameplay is just perfect. It's not just your average hack and slash. You're also working with drive forms and summons and things like that, and it's just amazing. The boss fights, especially the Organization 13 boss fights, are so incredible and epic and beautiful, and I think that's, for me, what makes Kingdom Hearts 2 so special. The story, incredible, obviously, continues off where Kingdom Hearts 1 left off, and also Chain of Memories. And it's just such an amazing game. The story, I think, for me, is not as good as Kingdom Hearts 1 because it doesn't cut to the chase as well as Kingdom Hearts 1 does. I think that Kingdom Hearts 2 was a little bit excessive in the whole revisit thing. I feel like revisits are kind of unnecessary. I understand it might have been to maybe lengthen the game. I get it, but at the same time, I feel like it was a little bit repetitive. However, the revisits do tend to have the better story than like the first visit, because it generally goes more into depth with like the organization and you're learning more things in the revisits than you are in the first visits. So it's kind of hard for me to say that I don't like them, but at the same time, I feel like it could have been done a little bit better just because it's a little excessive to have to go to each world twice. But that's just my opinion. Other than that, the story was fantastic. I love it. I'm still emotionally invested in it. The ending always makes me cry. It's so beautiful, so colorful, so happy. The graphics are amazing. Kingdom Hearts 2 is still such a beautiful game. Like, I'll have people come into my stream and be like, what game is this? It looks so good. And I'm like, this was originally a PS2 game. This is a remaster for PS4. It's 60 frames per second and smooth as heck. It is so incredible that somebody could just pick up Kingdom Hearts 2 for the first time and adore it. Like, they would still love it even in this time period, which is just amazing to me. So Kingdom Hearts 2, definitely better gameplay, still an amazing story, but not as good as Kingdom Hearts 1 in the sense of cutting to the chase and just, yeah. I mean, the complexity, like I said, it's totally fine. I love the complexity of Kingdom Hearts, and I love trying to figure things out, and I love that it's not just, you know, a cookie cutter game. But, and I wouldn't say it's convoluted like a lot of people do. It's just that I think that the revisits to me were a little bit excessive. I would have rather had different worlds instead. But that's just me. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are almost tied for me. It's really, really hard for me to pick one. But like I said, I think I do lean a little bit more towards Kingdom Hearts 1 just because of how emotionally connected I am with it and how it is the first game that got me into the series and the first game that made me so passionate about Kingdom Hearts. So now I'm going to tell you guys my third favorite, and that is Birth by Sleep, because it adds such a really cool twist to the entire series. To just incorporate these new characters is so amazing. At first, I wasn't sure if I would like it because I've always been so connected to Sora and his story, and learning about other characters was always a little bit off-putting for me when I was a kid. But as an adult, I appreciate the other characters so much, and Birth by Sleep is so amazing, and I love Aqua to death. And the part that they play in Sora and Riku and Kairi's lives is so cool. Like, Nomura is a genius to come up with these storylines, and for them to all connect and make sense, to me, is just mind-blowing. And Birth by Sleep's stories, all three of them, were fantastic. I absolutely love it. I love learning about Vanitas and Xehanort and Master Ericus. I just think that it's an incredible game, and for a PSP game especially, the combat was really good. A lot of people complain about it because it is very, very simple, but overall, it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it, and the story is so heartfelt and beautiful, and like I said, I just love how it connects to the other games. So good. An absolute masterpiece, okay? So my fourth favorite is 358 over 2 days, because Xion story is just heartbreaking and sad, but yet so beautiful, and the friendship between Axel, Roxas, and Xion is it's so bittersweet. It really is. I love the game. I love how it made me feel things. I loved playing it on the DS, and I'm saying love a lot, but that's because I love Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I think that 358 over 2 was probably one of the saddest and probably made me cry the hardest out of any Kingdom Hearts game, but I love emotions. I love feeling things, and 358 over 2 does that. And I think it's really fun to learn a little bit more about Roxas and Axel and their friendship. I think that it's just, when people complain about the games that didn't come out for PS2 at the time and complain that they were on handheld consoles, I feel like they're just missing out, because the way that the stories connect to the originals is such a masterpiece. Like, if you actually look at the story and see how every plot connects, you would appreciate every single game except for maybe Recoded, because it was kind of unnecessary. But anyway, Yeah, 358/2 is definitely my fourth favorite. So after this, it gets a little blurry for me because I like Chain of Memories. Don't get me wrong. I love the story. I played it whenever it came out on Game Boy Advanced, and I really enjoyed it, even though I sucked at it and I had a really hard time fighting Riku. I love Chain of Memories, but the combat, especially on PS4, just doesn't feel right. I think the combat feels a lot nicer on a Game Boy Advanced. And I also think that the charming pixel graphics really suit it. So I can't say that I really like playing it on the 1.2.5 remix. But overall, I would probably say that Chain of Memories is my fifth favorite, just because I love how unique it is. I love the pixel graphics, the sprites. And I don't know. The story is really cool. It's fun to learn about the organization. Some of them are like my favorite characters. So yeah, Chain of Memories, definitely up there. But its combat makes me not want to put it up at the top. But for a Game Boy Advance game, card play was actually really, really cool. And it's just, if you don't really like turn-based or the type of gameplay where you have to be like put into a separate zone to fight. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's a word for that, but games like that have never really been my forte. I definitely prefer fighting things as I see them instead of like seeing a Heartless, hitting it, and then going into like a separate battle zone. I don't really like that. I remember I used to play a game called Spectrobes, and it was very similar to that. It had like little tornadoes that you would run into to fight. I don't know. But to me, that would definitely make the game not go super high up for me. But like I said, fourth place, but that's only if we're talking about the Game Boy Advance version. I don't personally think it works on PS4 as well, but that's just me. Yeah. So in sixth place, I'm going to say 0.2. I would honestly put this game higher because it's beautiful. The story, the way it connects to Kingdom Hearts 1 was astounding and amazing, and I cried. It was crazy. But 0.2 is such a short game that I really don't want to put it super high up on my list, but I absolutely love it and I could play it all the time. It's beautiful. I love getting the achievements. I love dressing Aqua up. It's probably the best part about the game besides the story. Yeah, so 0.2, just gonna stick it on this list because I like it. And I mean, it really captivated me, but at the same time, since it is it's only like a 3-hour game, I can't really put it super high up on my list. I know it was supposed to be like a demo for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it works very well as such. And even as a standalone game, it's fantastic just for sit down and play in one sitting kind of game. I love it. It was amazing. Graphics, 10 out of 10, really gets you hyped up for Kingdom Hearts 3 and what that's going to be like, because they're obviously going to be very, very similar. So for that, I love 0.2. But again, I can't put something so short up that high on my list. So yeah, where are we at? We're at like 7 now, I think. I don't remember. I guess in 7th place, I'm going to go ahead and go with Dream Drop Distance. Now, I actually personally enjoyed Dream Drop Distance. And like I said, I pretty much like every Kingdom Hearts game, so even being in 7th place is a good thing. A lot of people don't like Dream Drop Distance because of how confusing the story got, especially at the end, as you guys all know. Obviously, I'm trying to keep this video kind of spoiler free, but I will say that yes, it was a little bit confusing. I know the first time I played through it, I didn't really feel confused. I guess maybe because I might not have been looking into it as deeply as I should have been. So the second time I played it on PS4, after having played it on 3DS when it first came out, I realized there were a lot of things that I actually didn't notice and that were pretty confusing and weird, like time travel. And to me, you know, I think that it's all going to make sense and fit together. And I was definitely upset at the ending when I first played it because I'm a huge SORA fan. I love SORA so much. And like I said, trying not to give any spoilers, so I'm not going to say much more than that. But I love SORA to death. And, you know, I just feel like he got the short end of the stick. And yeah, I mean, Dream Drop was fun. I loved playing with the Dream Eaters. I have pictures of myself. I'll insert one here of me with a Dream Eater that I took when I was like 18, whenever the game came out. And yeah, so I like Dream Drop, but it's definitely not my favorite. Finally, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Recoded. I honestly, I've seen the Recoded cutscenes, and I still don't even like, I can't pay attention to it very well. It's basically just about Naminé and Jiminy Cricket. You know, it's not that bad. It has some pretty cool information, especially that connects to like Kingdom Hearts 3 briefly, but it's not necessary to play it or to know anything about it because it's just such a it's a little bit of filler, I would say. I generally don't like to say that about any of the handheld games that came out for Kingdom Hearts, but I do think that Recoded shouldn't really matter too much in the series overall, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, what can you do, right? It's not that bad. And I'm not going to place Union Cross because Union Cross is a mobile game and I love it and I play it all the time, but I really can't place it. It's good. It's really good. I love it. I think it's great for a mobile game, but the story is so much different than Kingdom Hearts in general. And I understand it is going to connect to Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm enjoying the story quests. I'm actually pretty caught up. The last time I made a Union Cross video, I was very behind, but I'm actually caught up on quests now. I think I only have to do the newest ones that came out. So I'm at like 736, and I need to get to 750. So I'm pretty caught up, and I like the story. Really interesting, but I don't really want to put it on my list just because it is so much different. And yeah, I think that's about it. So that's me ranking Kingdom Hearts games from best to worst, in my opinion. But like I said, I still love them all to death, except for maybe Recoded. But there still is even a soft spot in my heart for that one because they tried. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, what games you like the best and why. I would really love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys so much. You're amazing. I love doing this. I have some really cool news to tell you very soon, but I'm just gonna keep that out of this video just to build up suspense because I've been doing that. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. I will catch you in my next video. Feel free to follow me on social media. I'm Keyblade Sarah on everything except for Snapchat. I am Keyblade Master, and yeah. As always, may your heart be your guiding key.
I want